Welcome to Heart to Talk, the podcast. I am the host and creator, Theresa Cesare. My intention for this podcast is to deliver to you wisdom, inspiration, and consciousness through solo episodes and conversations amongst insightful people. It is my greatest honor to bring to you talks that come from the heart. Hello, incredible souls. Welcome to this episode. I am so fired up and excited to share something that is truly sacred to me, one of my own personal creations that came from a season when I needed it most. Today, we're talking about the spark formula. And y'all, we're all getting our spark back. Because I think we can all relate to those moments in life when we realize, wait, where did I go? Where did my energy go? Where did my excitement go? Where did my light go? I feel like I lost my spark. Maybe you have lost the spark in a relationship. Maybe you have lost the spark in your work, your business, your creativity, your routine, your body, or your connection with yourself. Maybe you're doing all the things. You're showing up, you're taking care of people, you are checking all the boxes, but deep down, something feels dimmed or off or like you're missing something. And I want you to listen and hear when I say, your spark isn't gone. It may be just tired. It may be buried underneath responsibilities, expectations, grief, fear, or survival mode. It may be covered up. It may need tending to. And I want you to know your spark is not gone, even though it might feel like it. It's still there. Before we dive in, and before I unpack and share with you my sacred spark formula, if you love this podcast and you feel like this podcast blesses you, inspires you, or gives you a moment to come back to yourself, please make sure you follow the show, number one. Two, if you could download each episode. That's how I know that you're here, that you're listening, and that this message is landing with you. And the third thing, y'all, you can share this episode and any of your favorites with someone who needs their spark ignited. Let's get this message into the hands, hearts, group chats, car rides, walks, and morning routines of people who need it. So, diving back into the spark, I want to talk about the origin of spark, because behind everything we create in life, or the other side of anyone you see, anything fabulous or that's produced, the backstory is always like the most magical part. So I created the spark formula in 2020. And honestly, I created it because I had realized that I had lost mine. I had lost my own spark. I was showing up for life as a mom, doing the things, managing, but quite frankly, surviving, because I wasn't fully connected to the parts of myself that make me feel alive. So I began asking myself, well, what creates the spark? What are the components that make a person feel fully lit up and ignited in themselves? And I started reverse engineering. And through what I felt like a divine download, 5 words came to me from the word spark: soul, passion, authenticity, radiance, knowing. And this past Thursday, I had the honor of actually sharing the spark formula during after hours affirmations. It's a beautiful gathering at my incredible friend Veronica Norzagary's boutique called Truly Inspire. And I just love it. She really is so intentional about not only selling the most beautiful clothes that you can order online or in person, but it's a really powerful place for community building and empowering others. And I get to come to this space and share my affirmations, my teachings, and tools that help us reconnect with ourselves and create movement in our lives. And so I chose to open the series of these after hours affirmations with the spark because I needed it again. I'm integrating it and using it to guide and empower just all areas of life. And I shared it with this incredible group of women this last week. I'm like, I have to bring it to the podcast. And again, I've been using the formula in my own life these last few weeks because I realized that I needed to reignite my own spark in places. Spark is an affirmation babe formula that stands for soul, passion, authenticity, radiance, and knowing. It is not a set of rules to make you more acceptable, more polished, more impressive, or even more worthy. It is a pathway to the parts of you that have always been there. Because when you honor your soul, your passions, your authenticity, your radiance, and your knowing, you become more fully ignited. Your presence shifts. You bring light, warmth, beauty, possibility, and truth into the spaces you enter and to everything you touch. So let's start to unpack what this is a little bit deeper. S is for soul. Your soul is your deepest essence, right? The inner world, your spirit, the part of you that feels connected to God, life, purpose, and what is truly meaningful to you. There is soul to everything when you think about it. And that's why the spark can relate to anything, right? Soul to relationship, to a business, to a home, the soul of your work. And there is the soul of your relationship with yourself. And without soul and tending to that, things can look good on the outside and still feel very empty on the inside. You can have a full calendar and an empty spirit. Soul care is personal, however. There are no rules for how you decide you connect to your soul. There are even no rules in what you define your soul to be. For you, soul care might look like prayer, meditation, journaling, music, nature, or simply just sitting still and quiet enough to hear what is true for you. And so every day to honor your soul, use the affirmation, I honor my soul by, and fill in the blank. I honor my soul by protecting my peace. I honor my soul by resting. I honor my soul by spending time with people who feel like home. I honor my soul by meditating, by praying. When you honor your soul, you give your light depth. Now, P is for passion. Passion is what makes you come alive. It's joy, curiosity, desire, creativity, excitement, sensuality. It is what reminds you that life is meant to be experienced, not simply managed. Passion does not have to be a major career move or some huge calling. It's sometimes just cooking a beautiful, delicious meal. Sometimes it's putting on your favorite music and dancing in the kitchen while cooking the meal. Sometimes it's creating something for no reason other than it feels good, a piece of art, maybe writing your own song or writing a book, tending and creating a garden. Or sometimes it's taking the class that you've always wanted to take in dance or art or whatever, starting the project, planning the trip, making the call, saying yes to something that lights you up. You don't have to earn passion, right? You don't have to wait until every responsibility is complete before you allow yourself to feel alive. And so ask yourself, what's been calling me? What makes me curious? What have I been putting off because I have been too busy being practical? And I'm literally doing this for myself because passion is so big. It has so much energy behind it when we integrate it in all areas of life and could be the very thing that you're needing for your spark. And so your affirmation, I honor my passion by fill in the blank, making space for creativity, exploring what excites me, letting joy be valuable, allowing myself to want what I want. Passion is not selfish. Passion is life force and really behind everything that you want to bring to life, especially yourself. A, authenticity. Authenticity, I believe, is your soul made visible. It's living, speaking, creating, and making choices from a place that is true to you, not from people pleasing, pressure, conditioning, or the need to fit into someone else's expectations. And speaking of authenticity, it's the perfect time to share something personal. And I shared it in the last podcast episode. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you will have seen some photos that I have put up. They're in black and white and they're aesthetic. They're out in the desert. Those come from an As You Are session with the incredible, talented photographer, Kimberly Wheatort. And it was such a powerful experience. Talking about capturing my authentic self in a picture couldn't have been more symbolic. I literally showed up to do our photo shoot. It rained, my curly hair came out, and I was like, let's just do it. Because I typically am always like posing. And it was so symbolic in how I'm activating the spark in my own life, and especially the authenticity part. Because I'm like, no, I'm just going to be. I'm going to show up. Not that I'm not going to put effort and aim for excellence and do my best, but I'm going to honor the parts of me that maybe I tame or polish because I'm afraid it won't be accepted. But really, I'd learned those are the actually most magical parts, right? So it was such a great experience because it gave me permission to simply be present as well. I didn't have to perform, overthink, or show up as someone else's version of what looks beautiful or powerful. Even more amazing, I got to wear this iconic black dress that I bought at my girl Veronica's True Me Inspired boutique. And just the combination, because black is my brand color as well. And Kimberly just has a gift for creating space where you can relax, let go, and be witnessed as you are. And that is what authenticity is, right? It's not perfection. It's not performing. It's allowing yourself to be seen in your truth. And it's the secret sauce and makes you so magnetic. So the things you may have once tried to modify, hide, soften, or change about yourself may be the very things that hold your magic. But back into the podcast and into authenticity. So your affirmation, I honor my authenticity by speaking my real voice, making choices that align with my values, letting myself be seen, by releasing the need to perform. Those are some examples. But the invitation and the affirmation, I honor my authenticity by ... That's for you to fill in the blank. Now the R is for radiance. Radiance is your inner and outer glow. It is not only about appearance. It's your energy. It's the light in your eyes, the warmth in your presence, the confidence in how you carry yourself. Radiance grows through the choices you make each day. What you eat, what you drink, how you rest, what you consume online, what you spend time with, how you speak to yourself, what environments you allow yourself to be around or that you enter. Radiance is self-respect in action. It's honoring yourself. It's caring for your inside as much as your outside. You definitely want to wear that bold lipstick, get that bold haircut, wear that bold outfit. And your affirmation, I honor my radiance by, and fill in that blank. How do you honor your radiance every day? How are you currently honoring it? How do you want to? Some examples, I honor my radiance by nourishing my body, by resting and protecting my peace, by choosing thoughts that support my vision, my power, my health, my wealth. I honor my radiance by being mindful of what I consume physically, emotionally, spiritually, and digitally. And if you want a simple way to support a radiant mindset, pull one affirmation each day. My affirmation babe card decks are literally designed to help you pause, shift your thoughts, and choose words that support who you're becoming and igniting your spark. Literally, one affirmation a day can change the direction of your day. And as a podcast listener, you receive 15% off my affirmation deck when you use promo code podcast at checkout. Again, link in the show notes. So your radiance is not something you have to chase. It is something that you uncover by literally caring for yourself from the inside out. And final letter of the spark is K for knowing. Knowing is your inner wisdom, your intuition, your discernment, your gut feeling, the quiet truth within you that recognizes what is aligned and what is not. Your knowing understands what you want, what you no longer want, what feels right, what your next step may be. Knowing means trusting yourself enough to listen. It means not needing every person to agree with you before you move forward. And we cannot give them the responsibility of the knowing to direct our life. We have to use our own knowing in knowing what to do within the relationships, knowing what to do on your next steps on your health journey, wealth journey, whatever that is. You have the ability and the knowing for the steps. Sometimes your knowing is loud. Sometimes it's a whisper. Sometimes it's simply that feeling that something no longer fits. So pay attention. And your affirmation is, I honor my knowing by listening to my body, trusting what feels aligned and taking action in that direction, giving myself permission to change my mind, choosing discernment over fear. I honor my knowing by taking the next right step. Your knowing is here to guide you and is literally like your biggest power. Let's bring it all together, the Spark formula. S is for soul, P for passion, A for authenticity, R for radiance, K for knowing. And every day I wake up in the morning, I'm like, okay, how am I honoring my spark today? And I love to go in order. I start with my soul. And I think, okay, what is the most passionate thing I could do right now? It might even just be how I make my coffee. I'm passionate about really good coffee. And then passion is like, what fun thing did I love doing as a kid that I could bring back in? Or what new passions can I discover? I've always loved seeing people do this and then having the courage to do that. Authenticity. How can I literally have the courage to be more me and where I can pull off the masks or fire the representative that I've been sending in on my behalf? And how can I honor my radiance today? What can I eat that will I know that equals radiant version me? What can I do movement? Who can I be around? And start with those, how you feed your mind, right? How you feed your body and your knowing. What do I know I must do today? So the time we're in our own way. And we just make ourselves so proud when we do the thing that we know is the right thing. How many times have we not followed our knowing and then we beat ourselves up like, oh, I knew better, right? And here's what I want you to remember though. The goal is to honor, whether big or small, each day, your soul, your passion, your authenticity, your radiance, and knowing for the spark to fully be ignited. If you only have certain pieces, you may feel incomplete. So if I'm not honoring my soul, I have park. And what happens in park? You're not moving. There's something about integrating the soul and leading with soul in everything you do. If you have passion but no soul, you may burn out. If you have radiance but no authenticity, you may look good while feeling unseen. If you have knowing but no courage to honor it, you may stay stuck. Your spark is what puts movement, meaning, energy, and alignment into your life. I apply this formula literally to my business, and I feel like I've gotten my spark in that. And in relationships, like, where is the soul of our relationship? What do we do to honor it? How do we honor the passion in our relationship? How can we be more authentic? And how can I make it radiant? And what do I know we've got to do to move the needle forward? So literally the spark can be ignited, not only personally within your vessel in who you are, but in everything you show up and do. And every day say, today I honor my soul by, I honor my passions by, I honor my authenticity by, I honor my radiance by, and I honor my knowing by. Because when you honor something, you make a promise to it. You nurture it, you care for it, you protect it, you commit to it. You just have to begin honoring the spark one choice at a time. And when you do, it becomes a ripple effect. You ignite the spark in your relationships. You ignite the spark in your career. You ignite the spark in your family, in your home. And you ignite the spark in every dynamic that you're involved with and touch. So if this episode is speaking to you and you are ready to make this work a more regular rhythm within your life, I would love to personally invite you into Affirmation Academy, my membership space. Think of it as your weekly affirmation gym, a powerful space to strengthen your mindset, shift your energy, and reconnect with the most empowered version of yourself. And I say weekly because I meet live on Zoom every week and we go through the affirmation of the week. We share breakthroughs, deepen your self-leadership, and create real movement in your life. And you also have access at all times to watch the replays of previous live sessions I have, to watch videos of other content regarding affirmation, empowerment, and other teachings I have, such as The Spark, and more to come. It's a growing digital library with my own energy signature infused. everything that I have created for myself, I'm sharing with you, and I'm working alongside with you. That's what's so fun about it and makes it just feel alive. All links mentioned in today's episode will all be in the show notes. Be sure to click follow, connect with everyone that I had mentioned on the show, including Affirmation Academy, the Affirmation Card Decks, Kimberly Wheatort's As You Are sessions, and True Me Inspire Boutique. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I'm excited for all of us to use the Spark formula to illuminate our paths. Let it illuminate your relationships, your work, your businesses, your home, and your relationship with yourself. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Please download, rate, subscribe, and share this podcast. Also, be sure to visit my website at theresacesare.com to check out my inspirational merch, connect to my social accounts, and much more. May you continue to be filled with wisdom, inspiration, and consciousness. I will be back in 2 weeks for another episode of Heart to Talk.